Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jojin Movie So Awesome. I'm Joe.
I'm One Jin.
Today we're going to talk about Amazon Prime's Gen V.
Gen V.
Spoilers.
Major spoilers alert.
For the whole season.
Yeah, not just the whole season. We also might have some spoilers for the boys.
Uh-huh.
So you've been warned.
Yeah. Boys up to season 3. Gen V season 1. Here we go. You want to go first or?
Okay, I'll go first.
This time you go first, yeah.
You know, I did not expect such series to ever be released. You know, when I think you mentioned it to me, when you talked to me about Gen V, I had no idea they made the show. And because I was so satisfied with the boys, I just had to watch it. And in the first episode, I kind of felt, you know, a bit skeptical about what the rest of the show was going to be like. But eventually, up until the season finale, I can say that with every episode, I was just as entertained I was with the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was very good.
I got to say,
overall,
I agree with you. Overall, quality-wise, I put this in level with season 2.
Like of the boys.
Yeah, even better than season 1. Like, you can tell that these people who are running this, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they are, and you know what surprised me more? I can't believe they haven't ran out of violent ways for people to die. Because I was genuinely shocked by a lot of violence here, which I was expecting, and I love it, how they present it. Plus, but the thing is, though, Gen V follows the exact plot structure of all boy seasons. There's twists and turns, and then there's a big reveal, and there's like a shock twist that, you know, it keeps you on every episode. And what I loved about it is, you know, like, hats off to the boys creators, because nothing is beyond satire for these people.
Yeah.
And you know what? Another thing is, I think this was even better than season 1 because there was some beautiful humanity even among this comedy, black comedy, and violence.
Good point.
I loved all the characters.
Yeah. Like
Marie and Emma are my favorites. And I also loved Sam. And God, like, let's talk about the finale first. I did not expect that story turn. Like, because Shetty thing was, when Shetty said at the end of episode 6, can you make it contagious? I was like, my boy's experience has taught me that maybe she's a bad person doing it because of something happened to her. Because this happens with all the time in the boys.
That's right.
Everyone, there's either a vendetta angle against Vought.
No, and you got to think about what's his name, Butcher.
Yeah.
Butcher himself is also on the same vendetta.
Yeah.
It's very personal.
Yeah, because when she said make it contagious, it was kind of like, I can understand why Vought might want to make a Supe-Killer. So I thought it would be like a safari thing where they can have a dart gun and shoot at Soup so they can one-shot them or something. But when she said they make them contagious, I was like, is this like Homelander's like terrorist plot? No, but this sounds a little bit too dangerous. And woe and behold, her family got killed on the plane.
Yeah.
And but Kate turning into a villain was a shocker for me. Like, I wouldn't say villain, but
I wouldn't say that she was a villain because, you know, as she decided to do what she decided to do, I did not at any point feel like that she was a bad person. Because I think they developed the character and they kind of shaped the story in such a way that we can kind of understand her actions really well.
You know what made this show very bittersweet, and even I think sad than boys. Of course, boys is sad too because they're all like mavericks and outsiders. But here, these kids keep saying, "I want to be a hero." But remember, you and I, Wonjin and Joe, we watched the boys before.
We know what they are.
We know like the reality. And Golden Boy's like thing keeps coming up because remember, I think it was in episode 1. He says, "You do it for yourself." But these kids, they still haven't realized that, and they keep saying, "This is about being a hero." And Kate is saying, "I'm doing this for all of us." It's not a Magneto moment. I mean, it looks similar, but you got to remember, she's a kid. She's a college kid.
Yeah.
And that was so sad.
And I mean, we can compare this to X-Men, like you just mentioned Magneto, but Magneto is a man of like true resolve.
Yeah.
This is very different because, like you said, they're still kids, and I love this, like the
naiveness.
naivete of these kids element from compared to the boys. Because when you see the boys, you can see that some of them are even like nihilistic, and they're kind of fed up with what they are, or they have no disillusionment of like who they are. But with this, you can say that these are just kids. It reminds me a lot of these like teen movies where these kids are very, I mean, although from the surface
coming of age and stuff,
they look like they got things figured out, but deep inside they have no idea what they're doing, and they have this like fantasy about the world. Oh, ZZ. Just like Starlight. Yeah, that's right.
What's up, ZZ?
Yeah. So this is like Starlight just before she joined the Seven.
Yeah. No, but I thought like, because the great thing about this show was they all have teenage problems too, and it's presented. It's basically like a teen movie on Compound V, because when you mix up like teen angst with these powers, like Shady was right in a lot of ways too. Though she said, "Look at this! Look at this fucking school!" They're like, "Hell, fuck! You gotta shut this shit down!" Like those pervy things. Oh, but one pleasant surprise for me was the boys' show was never overbearing on the spinoff, but it just hit the right amount. Like when that senator came in.
Oh, Victoria Neuman. What is her name? Victoria?
Yeah, Neuman.
Yeah.
Yo, Newman's power finally makes sense to me.
Yeah. And that was also, like you said, that was a very pleasant surprise, because I did not expect that power to be like pretty much the same as Marie's.
Yeah.
And the later reveal that her power was actually what
over blood.
Yeah, what Marie's power evolved was a very big surprise.
No, and it's truly terrifying, because it puts a lot of boy seasons in perspective too. Because I feel like Newman's head popping is just like one of her. It's like Magneto pulling out a pin. I feel like if you really think about it, it's one of the most terrifying powers ever. Because like when Homelander said, "I'm gonna pop my head," remember? I was like, maybe she could have.
Yeah.
Like maybe she could just hold you there, because you bleed. I'm pretty sure there's blood in there.
Yeah.
So like it just adds so much dimension to like even her powers.
Yeah.
Oh, and like finale. Let's do what's like in Reservoir Dogs. Let's do what's like, what was that line when the sun comes in? First things last. Last thing first. Let's talk about last thing first. I'm sorry. I was trying to make a
last
joke.
Thing first.
I'm so sorry. Ziz.
Okay.
Let's talk about the finale. Like that twist at the end was crazy to me. Because
you mean the original heroes being like turned into like villains, like mass murderers?
Because if it was done by other show, I think I would have been pissed off. Fuck you. But it was like boys, and like they already built up that this is a black comedy.
Yeah, and it's just so cynical.
And I love that. I think the ending confirms that there's going to be a season 2.
Yeah.
Or maybe these characters will be in The Boys. Because I love because I was so glad that there wasn't any fatalities. The only fatality is Kate's arm. Rest in peace. But I think that if there's a season 2 and Kate appears again, I think it's just going to make her even a more fascinating villain. So, because she needs her hands to do her power, right? So, because remember, like, we learned from this show that you can give your powers to other superhero by injecting blood during the lab. So I think Kate can be upgraded.
Yeah.
So like I do want it sets up a good villain like angle for me.
So I like the fact that they are locked in what appears to be like the Woods 2.0.
Yeah.
And I wonder what they're gonna go. I mean, where they're gonna go with Kate. I mean, Kate, I don't really have questions for her, but Sam, what are they gonna do about Sam? Because now that they kind of they're like minting them up to be like a hero figure, but we clearly know that he's got a lot of psychological problems at the moment. So I wonder where that's gonna go. And I'm hoping Kate to have some kind of like a bionic arm
Yeah,
or something.
me too, man.
That would be like badass.
Robotic arm.
That's like Robert Rodriguez style right
I know,
there.
man.
What's it called? Planet Terror?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would love to see from Kate.
And I would love her mind power to rival that of Professor X. Like,
Xavier.
Because you got to remember, these kids are still young. They haven't reached their full power potential.
Yeah.
I would love to, and Emma's power is also a question mark because.
Oh, that's right. We discovered something new here.
Yeah.
Because up until the last episode, we've seen her shrinking. I mean, her shrinking power came from like puking, and she grew big when she ate. But this time, I think her sorrow or maybe sadness, I don't know what it was, or her tears, that's what made her small. So these kids are still discovering new things about their powers.
I love that setting because it sets up Emma's arc in season 2 perfectly. Because Marie and Emma are interesting character in that we're dealing with like childhood depression and anxiety, and those are the most representative. Other characters show signs of it too, especially Sam, but they are like the most I feel like we can relate to.
Yeah.
And Emma, I feel like if her power turns from binging and thing to emotion, it means once she accepts and loves herself, like Sam, it means I feel like if she loves herself, she's gonna have full control over her powers, so she can get big or small as at her will. So that's actually like a very redemptive arc for her in season 2.
Yeah,
because I like the fact that Sam said, "Because you're
not a hero.
You'll do anything to be liked." But that was like, oh shit, critical hit.
Yeah,
and I feel like, but looking forward, I feel like if Emma and Marie both who are looking to redeem themselves in some way or find themselves, I love that angle of it. And Polarity's son, Andre, now we know that there's a clicking time clock there. Every time he uses his power, it's gonna cause his cancer to happen. So I love those little things inside. And let's talk about my third favorite character after them is Justin Lee.
Justin Lee?
No, the they.
Oh, Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan Lee.
Jordan, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad. Jordan Lee. This is why these guys are so smart. Watching it, I never went. Once I saw him turn to male and female, and male is like they have invisibility. She has these force power.
Energy blast kind of thing.
I love how they shut the audience up because I got no like political correctness vibe from this at all. I was just like, okay, this makes sense. They are a they, and then it just rolls with it. So like, I love how like the boys can just touch any sensitive topic with this kind of impunity.
And this is basically like their sweet spot.
Yeah.
This is something that Disney would never ever dare make.
Well, that's a good
Netflix
word.
cannot. I think they're gonna hit a lot of like criticism
Yeah.
if they try this. But basically, Amazon started up with this.
Yeah.
And basically, it's like a big fuck you
Yeah.
to all that controversy.
That's our interpretation.
Yeah.
Our interpretation. But anyway, go on, please.
So I love the fact. I also love the fact that every time he's under attack, he turns male.
Yeah.
He never gets like a beating in the female form.
Yeah.
Which also can be, like if you feel uncomfortable about this, it can be criticized in many ways. But I don't think they even care about this at all.
Well, and then there's the power ability thing, because the impression I got was that the boy form is like basically he's like the steel colossus. He can't be hurt. But the female thing is, I think, vulnerable, except there's range attack. So whenever they are in danger. This time they are in danger. They have to turn into male. Except there was a scene where like Marie tells them. I guess I'm doing what you're doing unconsciously. I apologize. Like every time you want to be taken seriously, you turn into him, and then they smile.
Okay, ZZ shared that it might have to do with multiple personality disorder, and the boy comes out to protect the woman's side.
It could be.
Okay.
Because yeah, it could be, because it didn't go into that deep, but it touched the right amount, because the show just rolled with it until that thing when Marie told them that you turn into a male when you want to be taken seriously, and they smile. So there is sort of a confirmation.
Yeah.
It doesn't touch. And listen, if you want to know how Amazon thinks about like Disney's board meeting. This is just our theory. This is not true. Like, look at the way Ashley handles the meeting. All the executives are like, that one dude is like, he's that bit dark. Okay, you fucking racist. And then they just like they've been doing this since The Boys. So I mean, you could argue that the whole series is like a satire to Amazon Prime too. So I mean,
it might be like a meta joke to themselves.
I mean, this show is pretty much immune to anything because it doesn't take itself that seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, it is serious at times because I would say this is even like a deeper emotional drama than a lot of it. Because of the intense violence too.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, Homelander has dimensions. Remember in season 3, was it? Every time he looks in the mirror, he's like, "Are you a bitch? Are you a bitch?" And they're like, "Soldier Boy's a loser."
Yeah, and we know a lot of different dimensions of Homelander. I mean, his issues with his mother, his mother issues, and his insecurity, and his narcissism, and his what was the childhood doctor name? That dude. Yeah. So, it's a brilliant show. I mean, it's easy to just overlook. I mean, from the outside, at a glance, this might seem like a show that is filled with provocative violence and gruesome details just to cause buzz, but it is not.
No, I think a lot of people know that now.
It has a lot of
it's been
depth.
3rd season in Boys, and then we are expecting a 4th season. And this was a teaser for 4th season too, because I feel like Kate and Sam could be Homelander's minions. Because, like, think about it. Homelander has taken over VOD. The next logical step is to do what Dragon Ball's Freezer did. Like, you know, Freezer had vision. Like, he's the most powerful thing.
By the way, Dragon Ball's very different from like when you watch it when you're young and then when you watch it when you're old.
No, because if you think about it, Freezer doesn't need his army. He can just fucking take care of it. But he has so much imagination that he has to have loyal troops. Like he's like a empire builder. Not like Cell, where I'm the fucking shit. I have to be the top warrior in the world. So I just assume that Homelander, because of his loneliness, he is narcissistic, but he's a very lonely person. So he's gonna make his own army. And I think like Kate and Sam could be like his like SS, like his like basically loyal lieutenant.
Yeah.
And you know, if you think about it, even Homelander can think of a use for Kate. Kate has one of the most power we have seen ever. Like, and this, wow, man, when she said "eat your hand," I was like, oh, poor bastard.
You know, that reminded me of that what's it called? Guillermo del Toro's the horror series.
Oh yeah.
I got myself reminded of that.
Oh yeah.
And also the scene where she got the undercover asshole swallow the vibration thingy and make his head blow off. Yeah.
I mean, it was terrifying. Like, and the implication was that her power is growing, so she can basically like mind control everything. Oh, but I have to say a weak spot for me was Andre. Not his conflict with his father, but his powers. I thought we will see more use of that Magneto power, because he's literally Magneto.
Well, not Magneto. He's more like Jean Grey, because I think he can control every matter. But he can control every matter. But the difference is he's on limited time, like you said. Like it's perishable.
And then it did seem like he was exhausted after the helicopter thing. But I just felt like there would be a big moment for that power too, because that power. But and then another confusion I had was when
wait, maybe it was like Magneto. Maybe he.
No, it was metal.
Yeah, he can only control metal.
Yeah, that's why his father's, I think, called polarity.
Polarity.
But anyway, another problem I had was like I don't understand Sam's power, because Sam punched Andre and Andre seemed fine. So like, is Andre like tough guy? It's like, cause Sam can punch people through the head, remember? And then he punched like Andre and he was fine. So I was like, huh?
Maybe that's like addition to his metal controlling power. He's also physically really strong, but not as strong as Sam.
All I'm saying is it was one of those like poorly demonstrated, like poorly shown. Like out of all of them, I didn't have a problem with the character, just in terms of superhero stuff. Because Marie's was pretty awesome. Like when she, man, like I have terrible ideas about how she can use her powers.
Like what?
Like, imagine what she can do with like 1,000 corpse. Like,
Oh, okay. You know, like drawing that blood from all those bodies, that gave me like Diablo vibe.
Yeah. Not only that, like, you know, she can kill somebody slowly if she wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, so like that, like, I just imagine, like, if Marie is gonna be a little bit neutral, because she was tempted by the devil. Because Neuman is a very interesting character. I think she's a pragmatist, like her adopted father. She knows how to survive in the world. Like,
you know, I love the fact that she's a politician.
Yeah,
that's what I love about her. She has powers, but she's a politician.
I mean, Gus Fring's second job as a CEO of a large corporation. Maybe she knows how to trade drugs too. But she's an upgrade. Like, she's the kind of upgrade that Homelander never got to be. Because Neuman is not only a suit, but she's also adept at maneuvering in the human world.
Yeah.
And what I loved about it is, I just imagine a team up with her and Marie. What happens if you have two suits that can control blood? You know, they can control animals if they want to do it. Everything in this, every living organism, almost every living organism has some sort of liquid and blood in them. So that's just a terrifying thought. I just imagine her like exploding a whole people full of apartments. Like this could and I did wonder the range though.
I think we kind of got a hint from what was it, season 2 at the finale.
You think visual?
Yeah, that church dude.
Yeah,
that cult guy.
Yeah, so you're saying
he gets his head popped off from from a distance.
So you're saying they have to be in view, right? Like
probably,
visually. Yeah. It doesn't work if you're in the airplane there. I agree, but anyway, it's when in season 1 when one of them made fun of it for being a disgusting superpower. I kind of agreed at the first. But as episodes went by and by, I was just shocked at my limitation of imagination and how the writers come up with this.
And it's such a great power because not only can it kill people, it can actually save them as well. Because you can like put the blood back inside while they're like bleeding to death.
Yo, this made me think HIV cured. Like, just slowly, she can be like the world's most famous doctor if you think about it. If she decides to use her power for good, but it was just such an interesting character.
Yeah,
and Emma's power was interesting, but it's kind of Ant-Man in real life. And why do I feel like I'm forgetting somebody? Oh, I wish that creep would have died. That guy who had his dick exploded.
Oh, that guy. The guy who was like making that TikTok video or something.
Yeah, I honestly wish Homelander just killed him for fun. Like when Homelander landed,
you know, as like collateral damage.
Yeah,
that would have been a laugh.
Yeah, because Homelander is basically a Nazi. So once your dick is gone, you're imperfect, right? So aren't you supposed to? You don't belong with us. You're imperfect anymore. Oh, but another thing that surprised me was Maverick. That guy is translucent sun. That invisible guy.
Yeah, we get. I mean, it's revealed that he is the son of the guy who got like bomb up his ass or something.
Yeah.
How did he die? Bomb up his ass.
Yeah.
And with Marie, we could now see that they're no longer invisible.
I think she's the only one that can sense it like that. But another thing about Marie was she took Homelander's laser like it was nothing.
Yeah, I mean, the screen kind of did it black out or
white out?
Yeah, we don't really know the details.
No, but the other kids told her that you took it like a ball. So I'm just assuming that it did not penetrate her.
Yeah, I'm just wondering then, did it at least like injure her or what happened? And I was also kind of questioning myself, you know, because I was a little confused about Homelander's decision to shoot the laser at her.
Maybe it was just the dramatic device to shock us for the reveal, but I feel like she can harden her own blood.
He ass bombed.
Yeah, it's a boys appropriate noun, ass bomb. Because like, any horrific way of dying this show has. But anyway, wow. I mean, the twists and turns. I had a blast watching this 8 episodes run. And I wish this would continue as a separate series because I just love the premise of teenagers growing up and learning the world. There's a tenderness to it.
Yeah.
That I think. I mean, you could argue that boys have tenderness too, but I think the boys just deal with like even heavier subject matter because.
But this is especially tender because we all know as you're growing during your teenage, you're still very insecure. And even Supes, when they're young, we can see that they go through a lot of insecurities.
I did wonder what who CIA lady called and said watch Shetty though. I did wonder what that was. I wasn't sure if that was Neuman. There's some kind of alliance going on.
What was her
there.
name? Mallory?
Yeah, Mallory is a very, very, very fascinating character actually on herself. But here she makes a cameo basically, and so I like the fact that oh, and there was a question of who was going to join the Seven, and we never got the answer.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, so maybe the four of them will have a death match, and the winner will become the Seven.
That's very Squid Game. Yeah, maybe that'd also be a great idea.
No, and the funny thing is, even with Homelander in charge, I love that Neuman is considered a benefactor, so she still has a voice within Vought. You know, I like that. I like I really love the politics of Vought too. By the way, guys, subscribers, if you have thoughts about it, please let us know too in the reply. Like, I love the internal politics, and
so I'm hoping this will get more light when we have the next episode of The Boys, because this is very fascinating. Like, I think how she's navigating through all this.
Yeah, I think what's gonna happen is The Boys is gonna have Gen V reference now, and then maybe the show will go parallel together.
Yeah, and I wonder what Newman's gonna do with the virus. Is it gonna be like a bargaining chip, or
no?
Remember that virus can also kill herself.
No, I think it's gonna be like the nuclear option, because you know. You have to remember, everybody's thinking about Homelander. So the question becomes, will that work on Homelander? Because it sure worked on those little kids, right? So I think us knowing Neuman, she's going to put it in just that vial. Because if she makes more, it's dangerous. Just that vial, I think she's going to keep it as like a rainy day thing. Just in case Homelander goes out of control. She has no power, at the same time, she's the only... Yeah.
Hold on, who are you talking about by she? She has no power, and in the same time, she's the only one to have the last word? Which one? Ashley?
Marie? Maybe Marie. Anyway, we'll reply when she replies.
Until we get a reply, because there's a like a little delay here.
So Wonjun. The Newlander's blonde old lady. Yeah, she's talking about Mallory.
Oh, okay, Mallory.
Yeah, I mean Mallory is gangster though.
I mean, the show is full of twists and turns. It might be actually funny if she actually had powers. Because I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually reveal that she has some sort of power.
Yeah. And Shetty's real love toward Kate was creepy and lovely at the same time. Like, she does see her as a surrogate daughter. And you know what the funny thing is? This show is really about daughters and mothers. I like that theme. Yeah. In contrast to fathers and sons that we usually get.
Emma and her mother,
Marie and Kate. Shetty's like pseudo like mother thing. And then Neuman. So they're looking for matriarchal characters. And even Ashley is a feminist representation. Because I love how Ashley, the other Ashley, is also very vocal in the executive meeting. So this is like, this is how feminist shows work, girls. Like, it reminded me a lot of season 2 when girl power is 3 girls beating on a girl. Like, so like that was really good. That was really good. Hey, anyway, number grade time.
I would give this show, I think I can give this 10 out of 10.
Really?
I think I can give this 10 out of 10.
Wow.
Maybe 9.5.
Is that that's like your first 10 out of 10, man?
No, I gave 10 out of 10 to, like shows like Kingdom and stuff.
Remember? Oh, you did.
Season 1.
Oh, you did.
I mean, if I try to think of something bad about the show, it's very difficult because I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I mean, usually when I give when I take points off, it's usually because I wish there was more action. I wish there was more this. But I think this kind of had like sufficient stuff of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and I would also be willing to watch it again. And I also really love the characters. I love the writing. I love the dimensions they gave to these characters. It also had that like psycho, like thriller vibe in one of the episodes. So it was very refreshing with every episode. So I really liked it.
I'm gonna say it like a Rotten Tomatoes synopsis. Politically relevant, dark twist on superhero show succeeds in bringing heart to a teenage drama. So I'm gonna give it an 8.5 though.
8.5? Okay.
Yeah, because I did feel like maybe they were a little overtly ambitious. There were a lot because we do get dimensions to character and then it drives forward, but I thought I could have used a little bit more details and depth. I mean, of course, you could argue that those would have bloated the show, and this is great editing. Because if you really think about it, even Boys season 1 and 2, 3 were. I do think the creators are always thinking about never to bore us, though, and I like that about this show. But
And I like the fact that they made Marie very ambiguous.
Oh, which are your favorite characters?
Favorite characters? From Gen V, I would say my favorite was... It's kind of hard.
Mine was Marie, Emma, and Jordan.
Mine would be Jordan. Jordan's my favorite character here. But I love the ambiguity of Marie because we can still... It's not blatantly clear what her intentions are, but we can see that she's tempted by all these offers, and she's also very inconspicuous about her intentions during all that chaos. So I love that detail on Marie. And from the boys, I would say the favorite character would be I really like Neuman. I really like this politician character.
I mean, but like to your point though, I think Murray just represents like the college kid view.
Yeah.
Like, cause this is kind of like Killers of the Flower Moon, Leonardo DiCaprio, because there are always voices telling you.
Yeah.
They have their own agenda, of course, but you are this. I wouldn't say blank sheet, almost a blank sheet that lacks knowledge of the world you're maneuvering. So of course Murray is tempted. I feel like that was why it worked. Because Stewie is a little bit different because Stewie has a direct motivation. My girlfriend got killed by superheroes. So fuck superheroes, I kill them all.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. But here, like, her decision is... And even Ashley tempts her with the dark apple.
Yeah, I mean, I'll set up a meeting with your sister, which is like an offer that is very difficult to refuse because, that's been her entire journey so far.
Yeah. And they know it, too. So VOD is always, like, they know... And they're always trying to manipulate you. But I felt Marie did have a superhero moment right up until Homelander landed.
Yeah.
And when she looks at Jordan proudly, and Jordan looks back at her girlfriend, oh yeah, you are a hero. And they're like, yeah. Not knowing that the helicopter studio are all piece of shits. Especially that director was funny.
They should just bomb the entire helicopter.
I love though, but like they're endearing the fact. I love that the director and Ashley have a bond, like because Ashley has to deal with Homelander, and that's one of the most terrifying jobs in the world. You remember the Homelander when he clapped the blind superhero and made him. That was horrifying. And Ashley just stood there and took it in the chin. I'll do it right. No wonder she's crazy because she has to release that stress.
I mean, we don't see it here, but when you watch The Boys, you can see how she deals with stress.
Yeah, she's like, pulling her hair.
She pulls her hair out, and
But anyway, I give it an 8.5 because I felt like Boys season 3. Maybe we'll talk about it another time.
Yeah. Anyways, I would strongly recommend this to anybody who likes to be shocked.
So since me and Wonjin both scored this above a 7, this gets a Jojen movie so awesome stamp. I'm just trying new thing, guys. Does that work? It's so awesome. Highly recommended. Please go watch it if you can handle violent stuff and love dark comedy. please go watch this show. Anyway, that's it for this week, guys. Next week we'll be talking about Loki. And me and Wonjin have been discussing some shows. We don't know which one we'll set up on yet, but if we have more to talk about, we will. Oh, and R.I.P. to Matthew Perry.
Oh, rest in peace.
Yeah. I mean, if any of you are Friends fans, please, if you guys want me and Wonjin to talk about it, please leave a reply telling us to do so. We will, because we both watched the Friends, so we know.
We grew up watching it.
Yeah, but it's a sensitive subject, so maybe we'll talk about it at a later date. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. Have a great week. This has been Joji Movie So Awesome. I was Joe.
I was Wonjin.
We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, ZZ.
Thank you.